All right. So it looks like we're live. I had some issues there with the previous attempt. So I'm going to just reshare this link real quick. That way anybody who might be interested in checking out the stream can do so. So bear with me one moment. What we're going to do today is we're going to play... we're going to play some more TI games. We played some earlier. There's a few more I want to try out here. All right, we'll share this to the TI group here real quick. Sorry, the last stream ended prematurely. Sorry, Greg, I don't mean to spam your group, my friend. I just want to give everybody a shot to watch, because sometimes people don't get a chance to watch other people play. Okay, this is a great start to the great start to the stream, huh? Super interesting. All right. Awesome. Here we are. What we're going to do is we're going to play some stuff. So let's do this one first. I like it. Okay. All right, so again, my name's Owen. Welcome to all you Operating 99 fans out there, all of you TI-99 fans out there. I did play one of my own OperiSoft games a little earlier, and I'll probably do that some more in the future, but I don't think I have any more on my computer right now. They're all on older hard drives, so here we go, man. Let's play some TI Invaders. So those of you who are Atari people or arcade people, you will recognize the aesthetic here. However, I personally believe that the Atari version is visually inferior to this one. And potentially even the arcade is visually inferior to this one. This was a beautiful version. This is a beautiful version. Thank you. I see you too. I'm glad you're here. Awesome. So we are streaming. I enjoy that. Here we go. Let's play some TI Invaders. How about it? No way. It's Bob from Bob. Okay. So there's different strategies to use here, but the tried and true strategy is to try to knock walls out as quickly as you can. Because one of the reasons you want to do that is that the group will have to travel further if there's fewer rows or fewer columns. And this UFO is unique to the TI Invaders.
Hey, what's up?
That UFO right there.
It's me.
Hi, Buck.
Hi.
Buck is in the house.
Where's your webcam?
So yeah, so you want to, yeah, the UFO is...
Shoot the bad guys.
Depending on where you hit that UFO, it will give you different points. So I hit him on the far outside rim, so I only got 50 points that time. Oh, I just died because I'm talking, right? Hi, Buck.
It's me, BC.
It is. It's BC up in here.
Why am I here?
Why are you here, BC?
That's a very good question. You asked me to be here.
Well, yeah. I thought perhaps you might want to play some games with me.
P. Red assess. I'll be back.
They start picking up in speed, and it's a very smooth transition here. I really like the smoothness of the animation on this game. It's really cool. So here is the bonus stage where you hit the saucer and it bounces back. The idea is to hit it as many times as you can without letting it go off screen. It's trickier than it looks. Okay. We're going to do another column dance here. So the, oh man, I really want to show you guys the really cool designs of the monsters, that the aliens that they have in this. There's some really neat ones, but I'm playing like crap, so you may not get to see any of the really cool ones. Yeah, BC had a little too much coffee. Legit. Now, I'm not going to go for that UFO because I need to cut some columns down here. Alright. Not messing with the UFO. It's tempting, but I'm not going there. Okay. So I believe I will get through this one, hopefully. That was close. All right, let's see here. Oh, see, it's trickier than it looks. Okay, so these are the little wiggly guys. I don't know what you call them. They look kind of cute. I call them the wiggly guys. I believe after the wiggly guys are the worms, and those are kind of my favorite animation. And then there's the blinky eye guys. They're coming up at some point here too, so... Dead. I mean, you're not even going to get to see the worms. All right. So, that is TI Invaders. It's a very cool game. One of my favorites. It just takes you way back. Takes me way back to a good time. Now, some of you will recognize a game that looks similar to this one. This one is called Munchman. I'm going to give you a quick minute to guess what this game is going to be similar to. BC, you got anything? Pelians? Tragic events in history. Oh my god. Where'd you guys come from? Where did you come from, BC? Alright. We're going to play Munchman real quick. This is a really cool game. Yeah, you got it. You got it, BHISF guy. Munchman is one of my favorites. Yellow ball guy, that's exactly right. Okay, I love this game. It's a lot of fun. It's sort of like Pac-Man in reverse, okay? It's sort of like Pac-Man in reverse. Because you're laying this chain, right? And you're not picking up dots, you're laying the chain. The concept is the same. The execution is relatively the same. But you have to... sometimes it's more difficult to see where you still have yet to lay chain versus where you seeing where dots still exist. So this can be a little more challenging in some ways. Dead. Died. Pac-Man with Beyblades. Faux real. Alright, let's go, guys. And there's some really cool trivia with this game. I can't recall it all right now, but there is some cool stuff. This game has a neat history. See, now I'm wondering where... Oh, I still have to go here. There we go. Okay, so that gets us to the next level. Okay, yes, I am ready. Let's do this. Now here you'll see that the enemies look different, and that's one of the features of this game versus Pac-Man, is it's not the same ghosts all the time. You have different antagonists for each level. So we're gonna try to chew up some of this ground here, chew up some of these bad guys here. Making good progress. Uh-oh, they're about to respawn, and they respawn right in my face. Right in my face. All right, here we go. It would be a Shakespearean tragedy if I failed to show you guys the third level in Munchman. I would really feel bad about the type of human that I am if I can't get you to the third level of Munchman. Oh, and you know what? That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. You are not going to see the third level of Munchman. Hey, thank you for subscribing. You guys are awesome. I am not as cool as BC is. However, I did have a hand in teaching him his love for good video games. So, all right, let's see. What's next here? What can we play next? So, some of y'all are on here now. You haven't seen this game yet. I played it a little bit the other day on the stream. I don't want to do that again. I'll show you a cool game. Let's see. Let's go to a user cartridge here, and we're going to open a game. Let's see. That's a good one too. Let's go to this file. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we're gonna play a game here real quick, called. Let's see. Well, I was gonna show you Donkey Kong. I could show you Donkey Kong. I'll show you the TI-99 version of Donkey Kong. It's very similar in some regards to the Atari version of Donkey Kong and the arcade version of Donkey Kong. However, the levels are slightly different. The gameplay and controls are slightly different. Excuse me. But it's beautiful and it's a lot of fun to play. And Donkey Kong, and you may think Donkey Kong is Donkey Kong on whatever port, but honestly, they all have their own charms. Even the Atari 2600 version has its own charm. It's not particularly well done, but it is charming in its own way. So, all right, let's see here. Donkey Kong. We're going to hit enter to start. And how is the level of my game? Is the audio for the game coming through at a decent level, or do I need to boost that a little bit? You let me know. Okay, so it looks very much like Donkey Kong looks. One of the interesting things on the TI-99 version, which is the version I'm playing right now, though, is when you're ascending the ladders, it's almost like it takes an extra pixel or two to get up the ladder. Like when you get to the top, you're still not quite at the top, if that makes any sense. And I just got dead. Marcus of Marinus. You know, I should show Marcus of Marinus for real. Yeah, red Jumpman. Yep. He's very red. No matter how colorblind you want to be, this dude's red AF. Okay. Okay, thanks, BC. Appreciate it. Okay, so we are ascending Mount Donkey Kong here. Balls. That was way too close for comfort. Okay. So all we have to do for level 1 is to get up to the princess. Yeah. So, if you guys haven't played Donkey Kong recently, or played it at all, this particular level here is challenging. You have to sort of pull all these blocks. And you have to do so without getting killed by the fire guy. So there is a strategy to this, and if I was not quite as tired as I am right now, I would probably recall the strategy a little better. But for the time being, we're going to do what we can to get through this level. Because level 3 is actually really cool, and I wanted to show it to you. Oh, that guy's coming there. That's not good. And the fire guys cannot traverse gaps. So if you can get them gapped off, this is going to be tough here. This is going to be tough. I need to get this gap. Yep, there we go. And then We'll get that. We'll kill some of these guys and get them out of our faces. Okay, good. So now we've created a little buffer zone for ourselves here. Okay, so we're good now. So now we've got 3 more. Oh, I just fell off the ledge to my death. Are you kidding me right now? Did you see that? Did you guys see that? Wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Literally offed myself. Legit. Offed myself. See, that works out just fine right there. Okay. So, since these guys cannot traverse the gaps, I will find a way to get over here to a better position. This is not good. Let's see. I don't think I can touch Donkey Kong. I think if I touch Donkey Kong, I'll die. So, no. Okay, there we go. Look at that. That's it. You just got to grow some balls, man. Sometimes you just got to go for it. Sometimes you just got to go for it. Okay, now I just don't do the stupid thing like I did last time and fall off the edge. Boom. Yeah, yeah, thanks for the comments, guys. Oh man, this jumps back. That's right. So TI only has 2 levels. It doesn't have the spring level. Whatever. So this is Donkey Kong for the TI-99 4A. As you can see, it is a very capable port. It does a good job. It definitely holds its own with other ports, and I think it actually has its own little thing that I really like. So, yeah, okay, so let's see here. So there's a Tetris, okay. Is that what this is? This is Tetris? I don't know that I've ever played Tetris on the TI before. I've played TI-Tris, which is different. Alright, let's see here. So, Tetris 2, here we go. Alright, let's see. I, again, have not played this version, so I couldn't tell you... I couldn't tell you... See the controls. Okay, so... So what? I need to figure out how to switch the... What button switches the... Oh, whatever. Alright, some Tetris. This is interesting. It's not a bad port of this game. I've not played this. I'm surprised that I haven't played this. It is it's hard to describe, but the response from the input controls it's slightly sluggish, I guess. But it still plays, you know, it's legit. It's good. It does good things. All right, let's see now. I'm actually fairly impressed with this implementation. They do a really good job. I mean, let's see if I can get me a Tetris here. Let's see if it gives me anything special when I get a Tetris. Slightly anticlimactic, I have to say. Moist critical. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it. Well, let's get another Tetris here. Boom. They're called tetrids here on this one. Okay, interesting. Très intéressant. Let's see. Yo. So yeah, so this is a this is not the regular Tetris version from the Nintendo or the Game Boy or whichever version you're most familiar with. I am probably most familiar with the Game Boy version because, well, and the NES version, I suppose. Specifically because as I grew up, I didn't really have a computer with Tetris on it, but I did have a Game Boy and a Nintendo. So the cool thing about that was I got to play those games, and so you get real familiar with those controls and stuff, and you play other Tetris versions and they never quite feel right. This one feels good. It feels really good. It's not, for me, it's not as good as the Nintendo or the Game Boy version, but I don't know what language this was written in. This could be like a user-made game. You know, I don't know who wrote this game. I guess I should probably find that out. But the community for this computer system, this Texas Instruments, is very strong. That was stupid. And the game producing group is very, very strong. There's still a lot of people making games for this, including myself. I haven't written one in a few years, but one of my biggest passions, and when I have the time to do it, is to write video games for this old computer system. I played one earlier in a stream, and I might play that one again just to show you guys, because there's more people in the chat right now. So thank you all for being here. I'm very grateful for you guys showing up and hanging out. Turmoil. Oh, what a great game. I would love to do Turmoil. I gotta find the cartridge for it though. I didn't prepare for it. I don't have it downloaded, but I can find it. I can probably find it quick. I just go on Atari Age and download it real quick. Which shouldn't take me much time. But anyway, I can play Tetris all day. You guys don't want to watch me play Tetris all day. But I could seriously sit there and play it. It's therapeutic for me playing Tetris. So, all right, let's see here. Let's open up another game. Let's see what else we got here. So I know of this game. I think I may have played it a few times, but this is a game that was made by a guy in 2017, I believe. His name's Rasmus Mausgaard. Yes, BC, I do have the cartridge, but I can't play the cartridge on stream because I don't have a TI hooked up to a capture card, unfortunately. So let's see here. This is a game called Bouncy. All right. I hope this game works this time, because I tried to run it a minute ago and it wouldn't work. That's weird. It's just weird that it's not working on this one particular game. Played a bunch of N64. What was your first Nintendo game? So I had the original Mario. But before we had the Nintendo, we had an Atari 2600. When I was real young, the Nintendo was still an expensive console, and we didn't have a ton of cash free for buying stuff like that. So, but we did have a Nintendo, and so I played Mario 1, and then I remember very distinctly. I know we all have memories from when we're young, but we all remember certain things very vividly that maybe they don't seem like an event in life that you would have to remember so vividly. But you do, because for one reason or another, it impacts you as you're growing and it imprints on you something. I remember one of my first very vivid memories was going in the middle of the night with my dad on the day they released Super Mario Brothers 3. I don't recall when that was, but I'm going to look it up real quick, and I'll tell you the exact date that this happened. And then we were up late because we wanted to be there for the release when Super Mario Brothers 3 came out. Now, we were not wealthy people. But my dad had saved some money up, and we were able to purchase this game. And I think this game was like $60 or something back then, right? Okay, October 23rd, 1988. Okay. I was 6 years old. I remember it. And I was so excited to get Mario 3. And we got there, and we were one of the first ones through the door, and we got one of the first copies, because back then you couldn't do reservations and there was no game downloads. You had to go to the store when it opened or when it released the game so that you could buy the copies before they sold out. That's how you got games back then. And with a game that's that new and that popular, you wouldn't be able to rent it at Hollywood Video or Blockbuster Video, because those games like that, they, it doesn't it doesn't pay for the companies to rent those out. It costs them so much to bring them in, and then they're always sold out. They're always rented out. So if they have 5 copies, they're going to be rented out right after it releases. So I guess about 6 months later, you start seeing them for rental. They were available and they weren't showing as empty. But anyway, yeah, big fan. Big fan. That was one of my favorites from when I was a kid. Now, some of the other games that I loved very much was a game called Faxanadu. Now, I'm sure that the correct pronunciation is Fazanadu. However, excuse me. I always called it Faxanadu as a kid, so that's what I will continue to call it forever. That was a wonderful game. Also, Simon's Quest was the second Castlevania game. Now, Castlevania 1 is obviously insanely good. But for me, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, was one of the ones, that was it. Let's try this game out here real quick. Arcturus, okay. It's very loud. Okay, so we have almost like a 3/4 like a 3/4 angle shooter here, space shooter, which is an interesting take on the space shooter, which is usually vertical or horizontal. So this is kind of a different take on it. And this is just a high score game. I never played this game when I was younger. This is not one of the games that I played, so I have no need to continue that. That was very harsh on my ears. Probably just when my headphones are too loud, I guess. Okay. Let's see. Black. How do you play the Black Hole? That's a good game. That's another good game. There's so many good games here. I guess I could play. I could play one of my original games that I wrote, since you guys haven't seen it. You know what I'm saying? You guys want to see a game that I wrote? I streamed it earlier today, but I'll play it once through. I have personally played Pokemon, the card game, a couple of times back in the late 90s, early 2000s, if I remember correctly. But I haven't played it since then. And I very much do. I very much do like Yu-Gi-Oh! I know somebody had asked that a moment ago, and I do like Yu-Gi-Oh! My thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that when I think about Yu-Gi-Oh!, I always think about duel monsters, and that's the type of battle I expect, where You've got some trap cards, you've got some magic slash spell cards, and then you've got your monsters. And the way that you frame them is very important. But you don't have there's no first turn kills unless you pull all 5 cards of Exodia in the first hand, which is virtually impossible. And now with all these different archetypes and craziness that's going on in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like I don't even recognize the game anymore. For me, Dual City and Dual Monsters. That's as far as I go. After that, I just not feeling it. I guess so. That isn't to say that it's not great, but that's how I feel about it. So I'm going to, since you guys want to see this, I'll go ahead and play. I'll go ahead and play one of my games. Now I'm going to warn you all. This is not a great game. but it's my game, it's one of mine. I've written I think 5 games for the TI now, and one of them is Marcus of Marinus that I really want to show to you. I just don't know where to download it. I wrote it and released it a long time ago. I have the physical copy on tape, so on this old system you run it on cassette, right? You load it off cassette or cartridge or disc. And when I sold this game, I sold it at the fair and a few other places as well. I sold it on cassette to be loaded in through a cassette player into the computer. Now, for some of you out there, that sounds foreign and alien, but that's one way to distribute. That's one way to distribute the. Yeah, I bish Balkan both of you. Jeez, bro. Yeah, my son is very good. Yeah, you're right. Battle City. My apologies. Yeah, he's very good at Yu-Gi-Oh, and I don't dare challenge him either on Master Duel, Duel Links, or even in person. I don't really even have a deck of my own, but. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to play this game. Now, this is a game I wrote. It's called Writing for the Brand, okay? This is a game I wrote for a programming competition, so it was never a full polished game. I never quite got it dialed in perfectly, but it's a playable game. I like the aesthetics of it, and I wrote all the music for this game. So the main theme, the death theme, I wrote that. And then when you win the game, it has another little piece of music that's a theme there. So, anyway, when I play this, it's not that fascinating to watch, but I'm going to try to let you kind of see what my thoughts were when I was programming this. I had to create an AI for a guy who's across the way from me. Now, it's very rudimentary. It's not what you would consider AI today, but I had to create something so that he could battle me. So here we go. So the music that I've got that I wrote in here, I had to code it all in by hand. I would love to show you what that looks like after I do this. I'll show you what it looks like to code your own music into this programming language. So
and to just code anything into this programming language.
Yeah, for sure. So I know that I had that as auto load. So why did that not auto load? Ah, that's why.
After this, we should play chess. Someone in the chat recommended that.
Copy. Yeah, we might do that, man.
I'm absolutely down to.
So RFTB will become disc 1, and here we go. Okay, this is a game called Writing for the Brand, and when I wrote this game, I wrote it with my son, BC, as the hero of the game.
Hey, what? Hang on a second. I'm going back down to join the call.
You will see what I'm talking about. Okay, here is your title screen, okay? As you can see, we are somewhere in a desert, yeah? And the name of the game is Writing for the Brand. Press enter to continue. So we're going to press enter to continue here. That's what we're going to do. You are Buck McShane, a loyal cowboy who rides for the brand. A band of outlaws has murdered your foreman and stolen most of the herd. The law has placed a bounty on this ruthless band of criminals, and you aim to collect. Armed only with an old Navy pistol that jams and misfires regularly, you set out to bring justice to the West. Okay, so to start this game off, we have to decide what level we want to fight at. If we are not skilled at this game, we may want to start out as calling ourselves a pig farmer, because a pig farmer is not expected to be great with a gun, right? A cowpoke, once you get to that status, you better be able to be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep. Warren G. And then the gunslinger is the toughest level. So we're going to start off as a pig farmer, because I just want to complete the game so you guys can hear all the different musics. And then it doesn't take long to beat the game. If I'm on my game, we shall see. Before I do this, I need to take a drink because my throat is getting dry. All right, so Buck McShane is about to battle. Okay, so what you're seeing right now is me trying to kill this guy. His name is Walt Seaver, and you have to shoot these outlaws 5 times each. Once you shoot them 5 times each, you fight the next guy, okay? So Cat McCloud is the next guy, and his bounty is 500. He's worth 500 bucks. All right, Tuco's up next. Tuco's tough too. Yeah, Tuco. So when you're fighting these guys, they speed up each time through. They speed up, and each next character in line is faster than the previous. So this outlaw's name is Whitey McSwain. So, I think there's 9 outlaws I have to kill in total. This one's worth $5,000, so gotta get this bounty, yo. Yeah. Biggest battle of all time. Oh, you're gonna get me killed. Oh man, I just got killed, see? Oh man. I'm done. Dead. You can't come back from that comment. Alright, so hold on a second now. I gotta get back in the game because I want to show you the end of this game. Here we go. Colonel Mortimer is next. Colonel Mortimer. I got shot again. Let's see. I'm getting him now. Okay. So this is Indio. Indio's tough. He's faster than the other ones. He shoots a little more frequently. But honestly, they're basically all driven off the same AI engine, just with different variables for their speed and accuracy inputs and things like that. So it's driven by the same engine. It's a simple engine. It just has to be modified to create difficulty ramping. So here's Angel Eyes. Now Angel Eyes is tough, and you'll see why. Do you see Angel Eyes up there? If you look very carefully at where the sand meets the sky, you can see Angel Eye's feet, and sometimes he'll poke out through the side or by the cactus. Angel Eyes is the same color as the sky, which is cyan. He's the second to last guy. He's the second to last boss. The boss, the main boss, the guy that you have to kill to beat the game, is even more brutal than this. Believe it or not, if that's even a possible thing. You will see in a moment, though, if I can ever kill this guy. Sergio Leone, the final boss. Here he is. So now you can't see this guy at all. He's completely invisible. He is colored and transparent. So the only thing that you can do to find him is to have learned from your previous battles with the other outlaws to understand their patterns and how they move. So I've already hit this guy 3 times because I'm prepared. There's 4 times. Yeah, you can't see this guy at all because he's transparent. It's all about understanding the angles that you have to hit in order to get the guy, watching where his bullets come from, and then making a determination and a question about a decision on where to shoot, because he's going to be somewhere. And sometimes, like right now, he's eluding me. I only need to hit him one more time. Oh, I got him. All right, so no feet. So here's the thing. This is when you win. This is the text that you get. The reign of terror is over for the outlaw gang. You have earned the respect of all your fellow cowboys and proven that it pays to ride for the brand. You have earned more than $60,000 in your quest, and you can set off to buy your own ranch somewhere in Colorado. And here's the ending music. So I had to compose all of that music, and it's much harder than it sounds on this old system. So now I'm going to play you the death music. You've heard the main theme, you've heard the winning music. Now I'm going to play you the death music. I selected a gunslinger, so I can only die 3 times here. And I'm just going to intentionally take bullets if I can here. So you can hear the music that happens when you die. Here it is coming up. Get ready.
Show the code.
There it is. You've been killed by the outlaws, and they now own the ranch and the brand for which you rode. They have taken your girl and all you loved in life. In death, you will never be remembered for any good deed. However, you do have one more chance to make it right. If you would like to try again, press enter.
Wow, this is a sad story. Show them the code.
The code. Let me see if I have it. I'll show you what it looks like. Let's see. Let me see if I can find this code right here real quick. Hold up. Let's open this with WordPad. Well, that's not what I wanted. Let's open it up with Notepad. That's also not what I wanted. I think I know why. It's in TI files format. Dang it. And I don't have a way to inspect it. I guess I could just find it real quick in the code. Let me see. Hold on, let me see if I can find this crap. So first let me... Yeah, here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. I got it. I got it figured out. I'm going to turn this into disk 2. Yes, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this code looks like. We are going to load a program from basic. Okay, we're going to do it like this. We're going to do old disk 2 dot, what's it called? RMUSO. RMUSO. Right. RMUSO. And what this is... No, I can't do that. Why not? How about this? Old disk 2 dot rain mus. Okay. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. You ready? This is what the code looks like that I had to write for that music to play. Yeah, this is just one of the tunes, one of the pieces of the 3. So if you want to hear what all of that junk right there sounds like, here's what it sounds like. We hit run. That's that one. And then we'll do the win music. Old disk 2 dot win music. And then let's list that. So this is just that short little tiny piece at the very end. Here's what it looks like. This is just that tiny little itty bitty major key piece. Look at that. And I had to hand type all of that in, every single last bit of it. And here's what it looks like. Here's what it sounds like. So that's why it takes so long to program that stuff. So what I do is I take my guitar and I'll compose a piece with my guitar, and then I will write down the notes that I need on a piece of paper, and then I'll go through with the manual for the language, and I will go through and find every individual frequency number that I need to put in order to facilitate the note that I'm looking for. So I'm looking for the key of A, for instance. There are a couple that come to mind. 440 is an A. The frequency 440 is an A, and the frequency 880 is an A also. So if you wanted to play, for instance, we'll just do it in real time. So we'll just do this. Let's do call sound. Crap. We'll do 200, 440, 1. So what this is it's going to play the it's going to play the A note for 200 milliseconds at a volume of 1. So I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to play one tone. That's it. That's all it does. If you want to increase the length, we can change that first number to 800. And then 440 being the frequency that we need, which is A. And then this should be 4 times longer than what we just did. So that's basically how you code that stuff. So when you look back at the listing, every single one of those is a length, a duration, a frequency, and a volume for every tone that's in there. So that is where we are at. I hope that I'm not boring you all too much with all this crap, because frankly, not a lot of people care about this stuff a whole lot. But if you're enjoying it, I am enjoying having you here. So thank you so much for hanging out. Grateful for you all very much. Let's see. How about Hunt the Wumpus? So this is a game that used to scare my children when they would get close to the Wumpus. So at night we would we would play this game, and all of my children at different ages would be frightened when they would get close to the Wumpus and thinking they were about to get killed, right? So we're gonna play this game, and it's a game about finding things in the dark, right? You'll see what I mean when we get started, but basically it's a problem-solving game, similar to Minesweeper, maybe slightly different. But this is a wonderful game, and we're going to play it on easy mode first, just so you can get the kind of feel for it. And we're looking for a couple of things, and I'll show you. So it's called Hunt the Wumpus. I think you'll get a kick out of this. It's one of my favorite games. And my memories with all of my children playing this game, they gave them nightmares. And, you know, nothing wrong with giving kids nightmares sometimes, as long as it's done with love. As long as it's done with love. All right, Hunt the Wumpus. So if that doesn't freak you out, I don't know what will. So this is a maze game, okay? And you start off and you're blind. You can only see what's right in front of you, and you can only remember what you have seen. You can't see anything else outside of that, so you have to explore in order to figure out where you're at. Now, there's things that will fight against you in this game. The Wumpus is hiding somewhere in this maze, and if you stumble upon the Wumpus, without realizing that he's there, he will eat you. Okay. If there are pits in this too, so if you fall into a pit, you also will die. Okay. And there are bats, and if you stumble upon a bat, sometimes they will pick you up and carry you to another part of the maze. It's potentially a part of the maze you've seen before. Potentially it's not. Sometimes they can even dump you into a pit or directly into the Wumpus. So that's where we're at. I'm going to show you an easy maze first, just so you can kind of get a feel for it. When you think you have found the Wumpus, the idea is that you would be on an adjacent square or an adjacent position, and you fire a weapon at him. You fire your arrow at the Wumpus. You have one arrow. That's all you have in this whole game. Once you fire that arrow, if you hit the Wumpus with the arrow, you win. If he is not where you thought he was, and you waste your only arrow, then you die immediately, because the Wumpus will come and get you and you have no way to defend yourself. Okay? Sound interesting enough? Sorry. The Kool-Aid calls. All right. Easy maze. We're going to do this normal. You can do this blindfolded, but we're going to do it normal. Okay. This is a very, very simple looking screen, right? What do? We explore. So we'll move to the right, to the left, up and down, and the screen wraps. And what we're looking for is indications that that there is something afoot, right? If you see red, like, you're supposed to think about blood. And that is an area that is at least close to the Wumpus. Okay, so look, we just crossed into that. That is a square that has two things in it. It has a red indication that a Wumpus is near, and it also has a bat. So if we go back into that spot, that bat's going to pick us up and drop us off somewhere else, and we don't want to do that. But I do know that there's no Wumpus down here. So you see the green. The green indicates that there's a pit nearby. So that pit could be either to the right, to the left, or down. That pit could literally be in any of those places. So I don't want to test that. There's other places I can go right now that are clear. So anytime you see, like, where it's white like this, it's clear. Okay, there's another indication of a pit. But I know that since this one is clear, the one next to it cannot either be a pit or a Wumpus. So it's red, meaning there's a Wumpus nearby within 2 squares. Okay, there's clear there. We're clear there, and there's a bat, so I got to be careful about that bat. We're clear here. Look, so we're doing good things. So okay, so now here's our first indication of what we're looking at. As you can see, there are 2 green spaces there. So what we can infer from that is, because to the north there is a green space, which means it's adjacent to a pit, and there's one to the east, which is to the right hand side. We know that the pit is going to be right between those two. It's in that spot. It's in that spot right there. I know I don't have a pointer on this thing, but you can figure it out. So yes, the pit is directly to the left of my guy here. So I'm not going to go into the pit. So what I have here now is I have a red square, another red square here. So the thing is, when you see the red, that means you have 2 spaces before you're afraid. Now with green, it's only 1 space. The pits are adjacent to green squares. This one is 2. So if I'm safe here, I know that I'll be safe 1 more up. So I'm safe there. I know that. But what else do I know at this point? Nothing. So I need to come back to a place where I can safely traverse through the maze to get to a spot where I can be more comfortable with where I'm at. Okay, so there's a pit. Okay, so you can see right now there's a pit directly to my right, but based upon the fact that there is green to my left and green up in that top left corner, that leads me to believe that there is a pit directly south of my guy right now, so I don't want to go that way. So it's a game of reason, and it looks like as we're getting further along here... Okay, good. That's fortunate. Okay, so now I think we can make a decision. Okay? I think we can make a decision here. So I think I know where the Wumpus is. And I think you should too. So if you're looking, there are 2 spaces from the bat over to the right, and then a gap that we haven't explored yet. If you look at this, if you look at the space I'm standing on right now, the spot that wrapped around below is red, and the spot I'm standing in now is red, which is 2. So that leads me to believe that the Wumpus is 1 space south of me right now. Okay? Do you see how I reasoned that? So he's right below me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire my arrow, and if I'm right, we'll win. If I'm wrong, we lose. Now this is where my kids would always get scared, because when you fire this arrow, if you're wrong, the Wumpus eats your ass. And it's not pleasant for anybody other than the Wumpus, who I'm sure appreciates and enjoys it very much. But I'm going to shoot this arrow right now, and we're going to see if we're right. Let's do it. Fire south, and watch the magic. Yes. So then you get a tally board. The tally board shows me is I have 1 win, the Wumpus has no wins, and the pit has no wins. If the Wumpus eats me, he gets a tally on the tally board. And so what I like to do when I play this game is I'm gonna play 10 games, and we'll see how it tallies out in the end. Right? So now we're gonna show you. Let's push Q to reveal the map. So this is what the entire map looked like. Now, if you remember, I said there was a pit right there on the bottom left, and there was one up there, two squares over and one up from that, and then the Wumpus is where I said he was gonna be. So yeah, that's where we're at. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the same again with the same options, but this time I'm going to intentionally lose, because I want you to see what my children saw as they cried themselves to sleep every night in the darkness of the rural town we lived in Tennessee, away from all other civilization. Only the Wumpus to keep you company in the dark, cold hours between 2 and 4 a.m. before the sun came out to vanquish the evil night. Here we go. I'm going to play this one fast and see if you can keep up with what I'm doing here. Bat got me. Dropped me there, so that's good. Okay. So, I am feeling like the Wumpus could be directly north of me here, which would leave him in the bottom. He could be. But what I don't want to win, I want to lose this one, because I want you to hear and see the pain and anguish that my children felt. And here we go. Don't breathe. Oh, sweet one. How I love thee. Got that ass. Oh, man. So as a little kid in the dark at night, and your dad standing over you like, hey, if you miss this shot, that Wumpus is gonna get you. You know, it's a big jump scare when you're a kid, and this was the joy that I took as a parent. It was not it was not fun for my kids, but it was fun as hell for me. Tunnels of Doom, man. I don't know if I have time to do Tunnels of Doom though. Oh man, what a great game! The first RPG I ever played. I don't have time to do it tonight, and I really want to. Oh, you want to see a pit death? Yeah, let's show you a pit death. That's a good call. I'll show you a pit death. Thank you for recommending that. Pit death. Look at there. Yep. 111. Now, this can get really ridiculous too, because when you play it on the hard mode, there are much fewer chambers and a lot more tunnels. So the chambers are what give you the indication if you're safe or not. When you do the harder levels, it's just mostly tunnels. And where you get a red indicator in the bottom left of the screen may mean that the Wumpus is all the way on the right side of the screen, because there's only 2 chambers between you and the Wumpus because there's so many tunnels. So that becomes very difficult. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I have fond memories of that game. Anyway, let's see if I can find you one more game here before I shut it down for the night. It's been so much fun hanging out with y'all. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out with me. It means a lot. Let's find another good game here. There's a lot of good games. I really wish I could get Neverlander to play, man. I just can't get it to play for some reason. What game is this? Oh, we already did Munchman. Okay. We'll go user. We'll do open. Let's see. Moon Patrol? Well, we could do Moon Patrol, I guess. It's not as fun. How about this one? Saberwolf. All right. This is a beautiful game. I love this game. I'm changing my mix in my headphones because I want to hear this music a little louder. So I've never beaten this game, but it is very beautiful. Hey, we got a power up. Cool. Hey, another one. Cool. I got a golden ring. Oh, snap. That lizard just jacked me up, yo. Treasure chest. Oh, there's a lake. Uh-oh, bad guys. Oh, I'm backwards. Everything's backwards now. All my controls are backwards. I'm poisoned or something. Oh no. Oh, that's hard to play. It's hard to run your controls backwards. Holy crap. Dang, lobsters and stuff, huh? For real? Spiders? I don't even have any iframes, man. I don't even have any invincibility frames. I'm just jacked. Now, I guess there was some iframes there. I would have wanted more, though. Just because I'm not good at the game. You know what I mean? But the idea is you go through and you collect these treasures in a specific order to traverse the different levels. And that is the goal of the game. Without getting killed by spiders and whatever. Yeah, blue lobster. Hey. Okay. Interesting. So, alright. That's my TI stream for the night. Thank you all so much for hanging out. It's been a true pleasure. I'm going to try to do more of these streams, and it won't always be old computer stuff. There'll be some other things too. I might try to figure out a way to capture some N64. We'll do some Mario Kart. BC and I are both pretty decent at Mario Kart. We can hold our own, so we battle pretty hard at that game, and that'd be a lot of fun if we could stream. Mario Kart me versus BC, that'd be a lot of fun. So, don't tell him I said this, but he's probably a little better than me at this point. But I need to get my game up, yo. Just got to get my game up. So, thanks again. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that so that you can get notifications on when I'm going to be streaming. If you want to come hang out with me, obviously, if you've stuck around with me this long, I don't annoy you that much. So, please do me a solid and share and subscribe, and let's start a little community here so we can get to know each other better and enjoy cool things. So, yeah, I know you're in chat, Buck. I was literally joking. That's the whole point of why I said that, because I know you just commented blue lobster. Bruh.
If you like the stream, please consider subscribing. It's completely free and you can always change your mind later.
Oh my god. I'm losing it. There's a wumpus behind you. Yo, that was a wumpus for real. Hey, you want to see something cool? Check this out. That hat's hand painted. We did that at a shop down in Milwaukee. You could go in and paint these anything you want to paint. They have all kinds of different statues and stuff there. So that's what I chose to paint. Anyway, appreciate all of you. You guys have. I can't handle y'all's humor, man. Y'all are too funny. Y'all are too funny. I'm too old.